So yesterday I played a game where my teammate was raging on almost everything. He was being such a baby and he was also the bottom fragger. He made me tilt, he made my team tilt, and we sadly lost the game. And there's a high chance that I'm not the only one who had those teammates who are just so annoying. It happens to us all, my friends. Just like a lot of other small things. So in this video I'm gonna discuss 25 things that every Valorant player will understand. I made a video about this topic earlier, so here's the second part with new things. Number 1, toxicity. Just talked about that. Number 2, the stress when your Valorant crashes. Most of us have experienced this, but sometimes your Valorant just crashes. Maybe your PC is too hot or your internet just stops. When this happens, the stress is on. You try everything to get back into the game. And when you finally fixed it, you're slowly loading up the game and just praying, please team, did you win the last few rounds and are you guys angry on me? Number 3, die in 1 second. Another annoying feeling is when the barriers are just going down, you push and in 1 second, bam, you're dead. Yes, that's not very fun, my friends, but it happens a lot. Well, to me at least. Oh. And if you're not the one who dies in the first second, you always have a teammate that does die. So, not very fun. Number 4, losing focus. Sometimes you're holding an angle for a very long time. And when you do this, most of us will slowly lose their focus. You just look at the spot where you think the enemies are about to push, wait patiently, and then you're suddenly gonna think about life. Oh, I really should do my homework at this moment. And then, the moment when you lost your focus, the enemy is gonna peek and you're dead. Big respect to all the operator players who can keep their focus for a long period of time. Number 5, there's always a better skin. Sometimes you're waiting very long till your favorite skin is in your shop. And when it's finally in your shop, you give Riot your money and you got your favorite skin. But the sad part is that most of the time in a week or a month, the skin will get boring. And almost every month, Riot Games releases an even better skin. So take my money. Number 6, good plays. We talked about some bad things, but there are also good things Valorant players will understand. I'm talking about making that beautiful play. It's such a good feeling when you make that collateral, that ace or a jumping headshot. Oh! I mean, just hear the reactions, it's beautiful. Oh, collateral! Number 7, chickens. What? Chickens? Yes, my friends, chickens. Sometimes you have a feeling that your teammates are chickens. They are playing without a brain and ears. When you are low HP, you ask for a heal, but they don't heal you. When you ask for a flash in, they don't flash you in. And when you say that literally 5 enemies are rushing you, they are not gonna rotate. Chickens, my friends. We don't like them. A big reason why playing duo or even 5 stacking is sometimes a little bit more fun. Number 8, all the bugs and glitches. Sadly, there are a lot of bugs and glitches in Valorant. I've discussed this point in the first episode, but I mean, there are so many, my friends, and they keep coming back. And then suddenly you will get killed from inside the wall.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, not very fun. Don't abuse these because you might get banned. But luckily there are also funny glitches like losing your gun. I have no gun in my hand. And whatever happened over here.
Yeah.
Defenders win.
Whoa! What was that?
What?
Number 9, the operator. When you finish a round and you see an operator on the ground, of course you want to pick it up. But for all the not operator players out there, it's always a thing like, do you want to play it or do you don't want to play it? Often when you never play with an operator, it's better to just hold the Vandal. But trying to make kills with that gun is just so satisfying. So you pick it up, you try to make a kill and you fail. Number 10, knowing that you're dead. In some rounds you get yourself into a situation where you just know, okay, I'm not gonna make this. Maybe you got stunned by a breach Q and there's a brimstone ultimate on you. Yeah, never fun, and especially not if you want to defuse the spike. The clock is slowly ticking down. You have to defuse, but then the sofa ultimate. Ouch. Number 11, the 9-3 curse. Not much to say about this one, it just exists, my friends. If you are standing 9-3 ahead, you're gonna lose the game. But on the other hand, if you're going to the second half 9-3 behind, you're gonna win the game easy peasy. Number 12, Valorant maps. Don't you also love it when the map you really hate comes back to back 5 times in a row? Because yeah, it happens. Sadly, Valorant doesn't have a system to pick your own map, so you have to play what the game decides for you. And sometimes that's Breeze, and the other time it's Breeze, and maybe you'll get Breeze one day. Number 13, content creators. When you watch YouTube or Twitch, you often see very good content creators making beautiful plays and headshots. Not me, by the way, I'm talking about players like Noted, Keo, and How to Noodle, of course. I mean... What? And when you see them making good shots like that, you get motivated and you want to hop into a game yourself. But then you realize that your aim is not so good, sadly. It's a bit less satisfying when you play. Number 14, that Sage revive. When you die in a round, most of us will do some other things. Maybe you're all tapping, playing some RuneScape, or maybe you're even watching this video during your game. But whatever you're doing, you're never ready for that Sage revive. The amount of times I died and hopped on my bed till I suddenly heard the Sage revive sound, so I ran back to my computer and I was too late. Yeah, everyone, keep your focus on the game. Number Number 15, knife battles. When you're totally wrecking the enemies or the enemies are wrecking you, often people will say knife battle mid. And that's always lots of fun, especially when the games are getting boring. Just don't be the guy that pulls out his gun. We don't like you. Number 16, Phantom versus Vandal. There's a long-standing battle between the Phantom and the Vandal. Which one is better? Whether you are standing on the Phantom side or the Vandal side, both teams have good arguments why their gun is the best. But sadly, there will never be a winner. Each gun is good in its own way, so let me know in the comments which gun you think is better. Number 17, your mom. Okay, this is not for everyone, but more for the younger players out there. I personally experienced this during my CSGO and League of Legends times. But I'm talking about that moment where you have to eat and you somehow have to explain that you can't put this game on pause. It's an online game and you have to finish this game to the end, but then your moms get a bit angry and you have to eat and leave the game. I've had that a lot back in the day. Number 18, the chaos. With all the different type of abilities, Valorant can be sometimes a little bit chaotic. What do I mean? Well, did you ever see this clip from Korea Challengers? I mean, it's just insane how much stuff can happen in one round. When you want to push a side, you'll be greeted with a Sage Slow, a Viper ultimate, Breach Stun, and of course your own team's utility. Number 19, insane loss streaks or win streaks. When you lose the game, you don't just lose the game, you lose 5 in a row. That's how it works in Valorant. It feels like that when you are on a loss streak, you always get queued with bad teammates. But also the other way around, of course. Sometimes you have those rushes and you suddenly win a lot of games in a row. And that's a good feeling. Number 20, forgetting the spike. Yeah, forgetting the spike is something that happens every game at least once. And of course, you are the one who is the furthest away from the spike, but you have to take it. Your team is too lazy, of course. We all have had those teammates. Number 21, not making that jump. Some jumps in Valorant are a bit hard to do. This one on Icebox, for example. I try it every time, but I miss so many times. Not very fun. Also, jumping off the zipline is still a bit complicated. Especially when you fail your jump in the middle of the round, you might look a bit silly towards your teammates. Number 22, teammates that burn your eyes. Everybody has those days where you don't perform on your best. But when this happens to your teammates, it's just really hard to look at it. Some plays are very questionable. But the most important part, keep your cool, my friends. Don't rage on them. It doesn't resolve the problem and it will probably only make it worse. Number 23, shotguns. There are two things about shotguns that we all hate. The first one is when enemies are using it, they have no skill, my friend. They just camp in a corner all the time. And the second thing is when you make a very close shot with the shotgun and you don't insta-kill the enemies. Why do they always kill you and you hit them for 144? Ouch. Number 24, the motivation drop when you lose the first 3 rounds of the game. When you lose the first round, okay, that can happen. Then of course you're probably gonna lose the second rounds because you don't have guns. But when you also lose that third round when you have guns and they have half guns, ooh, that's not a very fun feeling, my friends. Of course, you could still win easy peasy, but the motivation below the ground. Number 24.5. This is actually not really a thing, but I quickly want to say that we're hosting a tourney in my Discord server. If you're from Europe and your rank is between Platinum and Ascendant, join, my friend. You can find a team in the server and each player of the winning team wins a battle pass. You can find more info in the server with the link down below. Number 25. Most of the things in this video were a bit negative. Sometimes Valorant looks a bit like a bad game, but it's not. When you hop into a game, each time you meet new people from all over the world. And that's just something special we don't often think about. The fact that some random people can really make you laugh is just magical. So hop into a game, meet new people, and number 25, it's all worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.